Gray Paint. A Thunderstorm dream story, written and narrated by Ozzie Sneddon. The recommended time for listening to Thunderstorm Dreams is between the hours of 9:30 p.m. and midnight in your respective time zone. It is also highly recommended that you wear headphones, but it is not required. This episode bears some personal significance to me. About 15 years ago, when I was still in kindergarten, I had a very vivid nightmare that I can recall today with such clarity that I might as well have dreamt it last night. The following story is an interpretation of that dream. Without further ado, please enjoy the sort of Halloween special of Thunderstorm Dreams. Like towering, malnourished arms, the blackened husks of dead trees reach upward toward a deep gray and starless sky. With each uncertain step, another unseen twig snaps beneath your boot, sharply and suddenly shifting your weight. It would help if you could see where you were stepping, but alas, beneath you the ground is as black as the surrounding trees. The brightest object around is the faint white crescent moon, silently watching you from the sky. You curse the moon for not sharing its light with the earth, hoarding it all for herself behind Earth's own shadow. Then suddenly, the brightest object around is not the moon in the sky, but the faint, vertical sliver of light about 50 yards ahead. You sway from side to side, and the vertical line of light shifts and crackles like the sounds of a dilapidated tape player. Then, you see an irregular shape peek out from above the treetops. A slanted, triangular shape. A roof? Your brain connects dots, and you realize that the sliver of light is a window on the side of a small house. A window that is just barely peeking into view. A second set of footsteps passes you. Your friend, filled with as much curiosity as you, has also seen the house. And in a moment you follow him. It is silent, save your footsteps, cold breathing, and the snapping of twigs. Black vines and brush clutch to the surface of the window. You and your friend reach forward with cold, uncertain fingers and pull the foliage aside. The contrast of light coming from the window is so intense it is nearly blinding, but only for a few moments. Looking through the window, there appears to be only two rooms, both square in shape. The room you are looking into is about 15 feet by 15 feet with a 10-foot tall ceiling. Its walls, floor, and ceiling are white. Bright white. Despite there being no obvious source of light, as there are no furnishings in the room, the space seems intensely lit, making the pale walls appear nearly luminous. Directly across from the window, there is an open entrance to the second room of the house, which is not well lit, and the walls are gray. The only reason you can see into the second room at all is because of the light seeping through the entrance from the first room. There are no doors in this house. This is the only window. Your friend unlatches the rusty lock on the window and slides it open. You both climb into the first room. Now that you stand in the house and are not looking through the aged glass of a window, you could see the back wall of the second room is densely covered in grayscale paintings, all ranging from small to medium size. There has to be at least 100 paintings mounted to that deep gray wall. However, you can't make out the details of a single one of them. There just isn't quite enough light entering from the first room. The house settles, growling at you. Your friend steps forward. Low growling persists. You both approach closer to the second room. It becomes blatantly clear that the paintings are uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable to look at per se, but you get the impression that the paintings themselves do not want to be hanging on their wall. There is a single painting in the center of them all, slightly bigger than the others, in landscape orientation. The other paintings are spaced slightly farther away from the center painting, as if they were all people in a crowded elevator, keeping their distance from a dangerous man in the center of their group. You can almost, out of the corner of your eye, see a few paintings shuffling away from the center. As you step forward again, a sharp frost permeates your spine. You avert your gaze, looking underneath the center painting, as if looking away from it keeps it from looking at you. The house growls again, The painting growls again. You dive under the painting, your back to the wall, looking away at your friend as he tries to run. Another growl, louder, hungrier. Your friend falls to the ground, perished. Let us look at the painting of that wide wolf face, looking around the room, searching to hunt the paintings that scorn it, searching to feed its monochrome paint. Its vision locks on you and snarls, and then it barks and struggles to rip out of its frame. And then the world goes from monochrome to black. This has been Grey Paint, a Thunderstorm Dreams story, written and narrated by Ozzie Sneddon. Thunderstorm Dreams is brought to you by the wonderful patrons of Librarium Studios over at Patreon. For just $1 a month, you can support Thunderstorm Dreams, as well as other strange stories in other various mediums, such as comics and video games. Be sure to check out the official Librarium Studios website as well. Thank you, and happy Halloween.